ESPN app. Alongside Q Myers, I'm Michael Rothstein. We're presented by Progressive Insurance here at Freddie and Fitzsimmons. And we were talking about Lamar Jackson. And we're talking about the offense, so who better to talk to than Jamison Hensley? He covers the Ravens for us here at ESPN. He's been doing it for years. He knows this team better than anybody except for probably John Harbaugh. So, Jamison, thanks for the time tonight. We really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem at all. It was eventful one because they had the joint practices with the Washington Commanders today, so it was a little different training camp day for us today.
Okay, you got to hang out.
What was that like? There was a couple scuffles early. I saw Emmanuel Forbes from Washington get into it. Mark Andrews from the Ravens got into it. What was that like early on?
It had it towards the end of practice, and it really did it wasn't like a full-scale brawl. Once they I think the one that a lot of people saw was that Emmanuel Forbes hit Tylan Wallace, a wide receiver from the Ravens, like a few times. Wallace threw a punch. Forbes went back at him, and then another Ravens wide receiver, Devin Duvernay, took Forbes to the ground. But it wasn't like a bench clearing, everyone just going, piling on one another. It got broken up pretty quickly out here. So, it's kind of your typical, I've covered, I think, six joint practices, and there's always one of these things every single time. It's just a matter of when.
That voice you hear is Jamison Hensley. He covers the Ravens for us here at ESPN on Freddie and Fitzsimmons. And Jamison, it was interesting today that something else came out that Lamar Jackson has been helping devise routes or come up with plays. Is this kind of what maybe Lamar Jackson envisioned when he kind of said, hey, I want to have a little bit more say in things?
Yeah, I had heard actually that he had been getting more input in the Ravens offense. And this is the first year he's under the new offensive coordinator, Todd Monken. The previous offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, he had been for the past 4 years. But I had heard that they kind of gotten Lamar a little bit more active as far as the offense. And so I asked him, I'm like, well, how did that all come about? He said that he had been looking on social media. He saw some routes that really liked. So he sent them to his quarterback coach, and then the quarterback coach forwarded it to Monken, and then Monken put it in the offense. Some of these routes that Lamar liked, and so Lamar was just like, man, I'm just glad he's listening to me. He just thought that was pretty cool. And Monken has always said that for a quarterback to play well, he has to be empowered. And now that's kind of a big belief for him. And I think you have seen that throughout the whole offseason. He's allowed Lamar to audible more. Now he's kind of having input as far as what routes that the wide receivers are going to run. So this is much, much different in this offense compared to the one he was in for the past 4 years.
So, like you said, Lamar Jackson said he found some routes on social media. Have you gone internet sleuthing down his likes on X or Twix or tried to find his Instagram likes to figure out what he might have picked and suggested?
I don't. I know some people, like among our media brethren, we've kind of called it like the Twitter offense a little bit, but we'll see. But now it's going to be like, I know, once more people hear about it, they're going to be sending Lamar different routes. Like they'll be like tagging Lamar, hey, do you like this route? I can only imagine how people are going to react to this and just say, hey, Lamar, we hear you like this different routes. How about this one? It's kind of fun to see and see how they are trying to get Lamar. And they've given him everything that's awesome. They gave him a new contract, new wide receiver, new offensive coordinator. Why not give him a little bit more input on the offense as well?
Talking right now with Jamison Hensley, ESPN's Ravens reporter here on Freddie and Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio on the ESPN app. So just with the offense in general, what are your expectations? They brought in weapons to put around him. Monken is the new offensive coordinator. He's getting input from Lamar. How do you think this offense is going to look in 2023?
I think it's going to look a lot different than what we've seen out of the Ravens previously. They're going to be up-tempo. They're going to be a lot more no huddle, not solely no huddle, but a lot more than previous. Lamar's getting to the line much quicker. He's going to have to look and see if he needs to check out of the play or not. And under Greg Roman, the Ravens did a lot of too tight ends. They wanted to bully teams in between the numbers. With Monken, they're going to go three wide. The Ravens had the fewest snaps scoring 3 wide of any team last year. And you can kind of make the argument that 3 wide could be their basic offense, their most used offense, because they have Odell Beckham Jr. They drafted Zay Flowers in the first round. They have a former first-round pick in Rashad Bateman. They also added Nelson Aguilar. So I think you're going to see a lot of 3 wide. They're going to spread teams out. So I just think that this offense is going to look drastically different than the ones we've seen Lamar Jackson in previously.
We're talking to ESPN Ravens reporter Jamison Hensley here on Freddie and Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio alongside Q Myers. I'm Michael Ralston. And it's Baltimore, so it feels like we would be remiss without asking at least one question about the defense before we let you go. So defensively, are you expecting more of the same here? Because it does seem like there's been a little bit of shift and movement and maybe some questions about how they might get to the passer this year.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the real big question for the Ravens, because in previous years, they've always had kind of a veteran presence as far as going after the quarterback. Whether you had Terrell Suggs from a few years ago, or even last year when they had Justin Houston, Jason Pierre-Paul. But this year, they haven't gone the veteran outside linebacker route so far. I mean, I still think they could add somebody over the next couple of weeks. But they have 2 young pass rushers, and Odafe Owe, who was a first-round pick from a couple of years ago, David Ajabo, who, if he didn't tear his Achilles at his pro day in Michigan, he would have been a top 15 pick in this last year's draft. So they have 2 talented outside rushers, and that's who they're going to go with. And they're just a lot of unknowns. They don't have a lot of career sacks. They have a lot of potential, and the Ravens are going to kind of rely on that. And they want to see what these young guys can do. If they struggle early, maybe they have to go down that route and get some more established pass rushers. But at this point, it seems like they're going to kind of ride the young guys.
I wanted to ask you really quickly about Zay Flowers. I was excited about him. He potentially could have been the best wide receiver drafted this past April. What are your expectations for him in his rookie year?
Yeah, I mean, he has been, and I mean, the Ravens have drafted a lot of wide receivers in the first round, and most times, and almost nearly all the time, it hasn't worked out. I think Marquise Hollywood-Brown has kind of been the most productive of their first-round picks over the years. But I think Zay Flowers has been the most polished, the most explosive of any of the rookie wide receivers they've had. And in one-on-one drills, I mean, he's virtually undefendable. He just has a shiftiness about him that he just can shake the defender free. But when they've gotten into team drills, he hasn't done as much, has not made as much of an impact. I think that he's kind of going through some growing pains in that regard. But it would not surprise me if, as long as we're talking about wide receivers, I think Mark Andrews is still going to be the go-to target. But as far as wide receivers, it wouldn't surprise me if Zay Flowers leads all the wide receivers in receiving yards. I still think Odell Beckham Jr. will get the most targets, the most catches. But I think as far as receiving yards, Zay Flowers could be the number one guy for as far as wide receivers for Baltimore.
Hey, Jamison, the fact that we're talking about multiple wide receivers at the wide receiver position for the Ravens, I'm sure that's got Lamar Jackson almost as excited as being able to pick his own routes.
Yeah, I mean, he actually joked after he signed his contract, he joked that, hey, with all these weapons, I can throw for 6,000 yards. I mean, he's never thrown for more than 3,300 yards, so I think you have to have baby steps here, but he is very excited about the new weapons here.
Hey, maybe he's playing the NFL Pro Era game that he's been the face of, or maybe he's just playing Madden. Who knows? Jamison Hensley will be following you for all of the Ravens stuff and all of Lamar Mania, including which plays Lamar came up with himself throughout the year.
That's right. Hey, thank you so much, guys.
That is Jamison Hensley, ESPN's Ravens reporter here on Freddie and Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio. Coming up, we're going from one quarterback to another, but first, ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit Progressive.com. And we're going to go from Lamar Jackson to a guy not as mobile as Lamar Jackson. Now, that could be any quarterback in the league, but it's one that could have a lot of expectations on him this year. Who is that, and what team that maybe has not had expectations on them in a long time might he play for? We're going to hit that next. This is Freddie and Fitzsimmons on ESPN Radio.
Grady. Alabama was 2 plays away from a perfect season. You write off Alabama at your own peril. I am most certainly not going to do that with you.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Keep streaming. Keep influencing.
Football season is back, and nothing beats seeing your favorite team live. Not only does Vivid Seats have great deals on great seats, they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN and the only ticket company that rewards you for buying. Catch every pass, every tackle, and every heart-pounding play live and in person. Fan out all season long with tickets from Vivid Seats. To score tickets backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
Hi, I'm Israel Gutierrez, host of the podcast ESPN Daily. Every weekday morning, I'll bring you the best sports story you'll hear all day. Today on ESPN Daily, Liz Merrill tells the story of the Little League hug heard around the world and how it resonates with everyone involved to this day. So follow us and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
It's okay. I am also not thinking straight today.
I can't work out this week because
I'm in the same boat.
by something on my cutting board on my right elbow.
Check out the Dominique Foxworth Show, anywhere you get your podcast.
The 2023 U.S. Open Tennis Championships. It's the sport's biggest stars. It's the next generation now. It's fire on the court and off. It's edging your feet and up on your feet. And it only happens here. The U.S. Open, August 28th through September 10th. Tickets on sale now at usopen.org. The U.S. Open. Spectacular awaits.
Considering an online pharmacy? Explore BeSafeRx to find useful information and resources to help you purchase medicines safely online. A safe online pharmacy requires a doctor's prescription, has an address in the United States, has a licensed pharmacist, and is licensed by a state pharmacy board. It's best to stay away from online pharmacies that don't meet these criteria. Discover more helpful.
Depends on the stream. I didn't have time to prep for today, so I'm really winging it, but I usually get lots of new music, especially for Thursdays. A lot of music hunting, a lot of sitting at my computer. B's butt spot has been known to latch on to certain people for some reason. You're the chosen one. Good, Ryan. Baby Champ, thank you for a 420 once again. Really appreciate you. so much music. Dr. Vendel, you mean like house classics? I pretty much played every genre on stream. Kiko, thank you for the gifted sub. Okay, I haven't done a medieval lute music night yet. You're right, you caught me. Thanks, Ironic. How you doing? Oh, you mean like classical? That's Racing Murs' job. Hey, I sometimes play some classical remixes. You guys have heard them. one time. I basically haven't stopped. Prolific Potato. Such a good name. Thank you for the 2 months. Welcome in. Thank you for 27 months. Essie, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the fam. Thank you for 22 months. How you doing? tacos for dinner as well. You've inspired me. And it's Tuesday. So it definitely has to happen. Buttspot got the right song idea, song ID. What do you guys think? Looks right great to me. What? Wait, okay, I kind of hear it in the voice a little bit. Now that you mention it, I'll allow it. Magic Sword, thanks for the raid. Welcome. Wow, it does sound like Cher. Magic Sword, you have joined us right at the hottest drop. Great timing. Let's go. Cher Collins. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh my gosh, Cece, yes. Thank you for the 3 months. Oh, and we got a hype train. Just as the music gets hyped too. How perfect. Mr. Zircon, thank you so much for coming in with 1,700 bits. Damn. Really appreciate that. Thank you. And the lady with the 100 biddies. Thank you so much, Cece. A hype train will never not leave the station with Cece around. Hey Sano, thank you for the 100 bits once again. Sounds like we're getting a little hefty. CC, thank you for giving a sub to Mr. Zircon. Nora, thank you for the 420. Holy moly. Music Clueless. Coming in with the Nick Cage. Aw, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Great timing on that too, holy. Great at the drop.
Anything just to get you off of my mind. But when the morning comes, I'm right back where I started again. And trying to forget you is just a waste of time. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. All day long, wearing a mask of false bravado, trying to keep up a smile that hides a tear. But as the sun goes down, that empty feeling again. How I wish to God that you were here. Baby, come back. Oh, baby. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Now that I put it all together, give me the chance to make you see. Have you used up all the love in your heart? Nothing left for me. Nothing left for me. Baby, come back. Any kind of fool could see there was something in everything about you. Baby, come back. Listen, baby, you can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. I was wrong, I just can't live. I hear the drums echoing tonight. She hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words or ancient melodies. He turned to me as if to say, hurry boy, it's waiting there for you. Gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. We're gonna take some time to do the thing we never The wild dogs cry out in the night as they go restless, longing for some solitary company. I know that I must do what's right. Sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti. I seek to cure what's deep inside, frightened of this thing that I've become. Gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. so many people, but it's got no soul, and it's taking you so long to find out you were wrong when you thought it held everything. You used to think that it was so easy. You used to say that it was so easy, but you're trying now. Another year and then you'd be happy. Just one more year and then you'd be happy. But you're crying now. Way down the street there's a light in his place. He opens the door, he's got that look on his face, and he asks you where you been. You tell him who you've seen, and you talk about anything. He's got this dream about buying some land. He's gonna give up the booze and the one-night stands, and they're gonna settle down in some quiet little town and forget about everything. But you know he'll always keep moving. You know he's never gonna stop moving, 'cause he's rolling, he's the rolling stone. When you wake up it's a new morning. The sun is shining, it's a new morning. You're going home. baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. You're the only one I care enough to hurt about. Maybe I'm a crazy, but I just can't live without your loving and affection, giving me direction, like a guiding light to help me through my darkest hour. Lately I'm a praying that you'll always be a staying beside me. Used to be my life was just emotions passing by, feeling all the while I never really knowing why. Lately I'm a praying that you'll always be a staying beside me. Used to be my life was just emotions passing by. Then you came along and made me laugh and made me cry. You taught me why. Baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. Oh, it took so long to find you, baby, baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. Babies into running around, hanging with the crowd, putting your business in the street, talking out loud, saying you bought a business out. How much you done spent? I swear she must believe it's all heaven sent. Hey boy, you better bring the chick around to the sad, sad truth, the dirty low down. Taught her how to talk like that. Gave her that big idea. Nothing you can't handle, nothing you ain't got. Put your money on the table, got it off the lot. Turn on that old love light, turn a maybe to a yes. Same old schoolboy game got you into this mess. Hey, son, you better get on back to town. Face the sad old truth, the dirty law down. Put those ideas in your head. Come on back down to earth, son. Take a low, low. have a Jones for this, Jones for that. This running with the Joneses, boy, just ain't where it's at. You're gonna come back around to the sad, sad truth, the dirty low down. Got you thinking like that, boy.
She's like the wind through my tree. She rides the night next to me. She leads me through moonlight, only to burn me with the sun. She's taking my heart, but she doesn't know what she's done. Feel her breath in my face, her body close to me. Can't look in her eyes, she's out of my league. Just a fool to believe I have anything she needs. She's like the wind. I look in the mirror and all I see is a young old man with only a dream. Am I just fooling myself that she'll stop the pain? Living without her, I go insane. Feel the breath in my face, her body close to me. Can't look in her eyes, she's out of my league. Just a fool to believe I am anything she needs. She's like the wind. Feel your breath in my face, your body close can't look in your eyes. You're out of my league. Just a fool to believe. Just a fool to believe. She's like the wind. Just a fool to believe. Just a fool to believe. She's like the wind. Just a fool to believe. She's like the wind. Just a fool to believe. Just a fool to believe. She's like the We've been together since way back when. Sometimes I never wanna see you again, but I want you to know after all
western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. Lonely sailors pass the time away and talk about their homes. And there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them whiskey and wine. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Yeah, your eyes could steal a sailor from the sea. Brandy wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north of Spain. A locket that bears the name of a man that Brandy loved. He came on a summer's day, bringing gifts from far away, but he made it clear he couldn't stay. No harbor was his home. The sailor said, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. Yeah, Brandy used to watch his eyes when he told his sailor story. She could feel the ocean fall and rise. She saw its raging glory. But he had always told the truth. Lord, he was an honest man. And Brandy does her best to understand. At night, when the bars close down, Brandy walks through a silent town and loves a man who's not around. She still can hear him say, she hears him say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea. Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. But my life, my love, and my lady is the sea.
I know you're not mine anymore, anyway, anytime. Tell me how come we're not in love anymore? How come things will never be the same again? I keep forgetting how you made that so clear. I keep forgetting, baby. Every time you're near, we're not in love anymore. Every time you're near, things will never be the same. Hey, baby, forget how you made that so clear. Every time you're near, forgetting. She's simply awesome. She dashed by me in painted on jeans, and all had turned 'cause she was the cream. In the blink of an eye, I knew her number and her name. Yeah. She said I was the tiger she wanted to tame. I was in search of a good time, running my game. Yeah. Love was the furthest from my mind. Caribbean queen, now we sharing the same dream, and our hearts they beat as one. No more love on the run. I lose my cool when she steps in the room. And I get so excited just from her perfume.